Hi everyone, my name is Tina and welcome back to my channel, Say Hi Tina. I would say Happy New Year, but this video is going up March 1st. So my question is going to be to you, how has this year started off for you thus far? I wanted to take this video and just answer some basic questions about myself and this channel just to get reacquainted. I have my phone here with some notes and some questions. I'm not going to make this a long video. I just want to get to the most important details. Let's turn this up. Sorry. Okay, so let's start with the first question. And the first question is your real name Tina? Yes, my name is actually Tina. It's not my full name, but yes, Tina is my name. And I had another question that I found after that. It was asking, so why did you change your username? That question is more pertaining to my Instagram. So prior to my name on Instagram being Say Hi Tina, it was Komkomi, and it was just short for communicate with me, because if you don't know, my thing, my niche, my career drive, path, whatever you want to call it, is communications. When I decided I wanted to do a YouTube channel, I wanted to make everything nice and seamless, where I also make it professional, simple, and yet still connect to me and the things that are important to me, which is how my name became Say Hi Tina. So that's kind of it when it comes to my name and the username, at least from that aspect. I don't think it gets, at least in my opinion, it doesn't get much deeper than that, except that communications, branding, marketing, public relations, writing, copying, or copy is a big deal for me, and it is a lot into what I'm into creatively. So Say Hi Tina just is kind of like a gimmick on the fact that all of these things that include branding and communication is beyond just communication. So Say Hi Tina, that is why my name would change from Komkomi to Say Hi Tina. And also I wanted it to be a clear factor on all platforms that I may be on, that Say Hi Tina is go me. To the next question. And the next question is, why did you start your channel? All right. And so the gist of it was I started my channel as just looking for a community of people who were in grad school and working full-time, but also trying to deal with being quarantined with family, or not knowing how to deal with it. People that look like me, or just people going through a lot of the things that I was going through, because I lived in my house with my grandparents, and one grandparent literally passed away right at the beginning of the pandemic, and the other one died less than a year later, and I'm still dealing with both of those issues. It was just me looking for company and community, and I ended up just kind of falling for it. Okay, so I'm sure I'm going to edit a lot of that response out, but let's check for the next question that I chose, which is, what about your channel now? So now, as I said previously, the channel was about being a grad school lifestyle and dealing with the pandemic and everything. And now we're not in that necessarily anymore. I'm still trying to connect with that community of those in grad school, those who are thinking of grad school, those who are just finished grad school, because just like those who are in undergrad, we go through things after grad school where there's a bit of an identity issue where you're no longer a student, you're no longer dealing with academia, and you're just trying to figure out where you fall in everyday life, especially because post-grad or graduate school is in its own way so different from undergrad. And so I'm still going to be doing that. I will still be hopefully giving advice about grad school. Go Sun Devils. And so that's where I'm hoping the channel will go. So post-grad, lifestyle, career. So let's go. I think this is the last question that I pulled because, like I said, I don't want this to be long. It's just a quick introduction. And this last question is, you said on Instagram that things are changing. So what's up? That's how I'm reading it. That's how I'm assuming the person wrote it because the wording. Okay, so in the new year, I made this post that things were changing and that I was going to be working on some things, and it's crazy to think that it is March. Things are always still in effect, but the biggest things that I am trying to change, at least right now, and this goes across Instagram and this channel, at least that's the plan anyway. I know it's definitely going to be on Instagram, but I'm hoping to also make it an addition to this channel's work, is dealing with mental health. It's a big deal for me. I have seen it do some things to a lot of people, and I've also been experiencing some things as well. Just in this last year alone, if you watched one of my previous videos, I'm going to remember the name of it and I'll float it somewhere up here. So imagine that things seem like they're on the up and up, and that things are possibly going to end up really strongly. You have plans, and then everything kind of just smacks you in your face. I didn't handle it very well. I initially started off strong. It was like, you know what, that's okay, because now all of these things on my list, I can go for it. But internally, it was not going well. My body began to shut down. Things started happening emotionally, mentally, even physically for me. There's a point in a video where I'm talking about how my skin reacted. I broke out in I don't want to call it a horrible rash, but I broke out, sorry, there's like a hair. I broke out with a stress rash, literally from my neck to my knees. And I still have bruising from that. It's clearing up, but I definitely still have bruising in this region and on my thighs. It made my skin very sensitive, so I bruise easily now. I have to be careful with certain things because it's almost like my skin cuts very easily too. Like I scratched myself and it was like it literally felt as if I got a paper cut. I didn't hit the bottom of my barrel of life of the things that I would think I would do, but I could see it as I was falling, and I was like, no, I don't want to reach that point of my barrel of life. So I kind of grabbed onto, I guess you could say, a hanging branch, and I've been working on climbing back out of it since. And I've literally been using a lot of what some would call cheesy ways to do it, but it's been working for me. I can't do the same thing repeatedly. It doesn't work for my system. There's a point where doing a particular something for too much with trying to get myself in a positive mode doesn't work. I have to leave it alone and move on. And so I wanted to just talk about that on my Instagram, and I also want to talk about it with you guys. I am also hoping to get back into therapy and seeing where that leads me. That is the answer to that. So the answer to your question about what changes are coming is everything. To put it blatantly, I thought that I wanted to get back to the person I was 5 years ago. I thought I wanted to get back to the person who I was 6 years ago. There's always a portion of me where I'm like, I want her back. And I came to the realization that I now don't think it's that I want her back. What I think it actually is that I want a elevated version of her. All of that rambling said, there is only one thing I could think to make this all sum up for who I am and what I think you should do. If there's anything that I've learned in life and in media, is that you have to stay tuned to see what happens next. Because right now, I have no idea what's happening next. I know what I'm hoping will be the plot, but I'm sure there's going to be a plot twist. I'm not worried about the ending right now. I just want to enjoy it as I create this movie called life. But until the next time, I bid you guys a see you later. Oh, some of these questions are funny. Ooh, I might need to save this question for the next sit down video.